Hello, you're in time for New Vision TV News. My name is Lynn Komjisha. We come to you from the New Vision newsroom. We bring you news around Uganda, news around the East African region, and news elsewhere in the world. We also bring you a Pearl of Africa story as well as a special report. Now, thank you for joining us. We now look at news around Uganda, starting from Lera District. Division councillors of Lera Municipal Council who have been protesting against unpaid ex gratia amounting to 525,000 shillings have received their pay. Town Clerk Samuel Ahabwe raised 39.3 million Uganda shillings from local revenue sourced from each of the 4 divisions of Adel Central or Juina and Railway, according to sources. Now, the 75 councillors caused tension at Lera Municipal Council when they stormed the place and threw out furniture. They were calmed down by the District Police Commander, George Obia, during an emergency meeting in which they were promised their pay on Monday. The Speaker, Geoffrey Grau, had his vehicle blocked, and when he pointed a finger at a councillor, he was roughed up.
Wait a second. As an honorable councillor, you did
After getting their pay, the RDC Milton Odongo said he has instructed the Mayor Michael Gwang Olwa to lodge a complaint with the police so that the people who misappropriated the money are apprehended and prosecuted.
Please, you receive your money. After receiving your money, that money you pay, you labored for it, you suffered for it. I want you to go and do something, even if you're buying a suit for your present, even if you're buying a garment for your wife.
Geoffrey Okot, a male youth councillor from Central Division, raised a matter of concern to the RDC that they have been paying 30% as revenue, but this is not being remitted to the Uganda Revenue Authority.
Of 30% is being deducted to your end. To our dismay, Mr. RDC, we checked at this money from 2017 up to when we were passing budget, it was remitted only 3 million. We are questioning ourselves, how many are being deducted? Where are this money being taken?
Now, in Wakiso District, the High Court has summoned the administrator of the late Paul Katabazi Bitarabeho's property to appear before court to explain how land was sold to Lusanja people measuring 3.89 acres, which Medat Chichoncho claims he bought. Court presided over by Tadewa Sim also summoned 3 land surveyors who made reports concerning the disputed land. On January 12, 2017, Chichoncho filed a suit at Naweri Chief Magistrate's Court seeking orders for abatement of a nuisance, demolition order, and delivery of vacant possession, permanent injunction, and award of damages plus costs of the suit. Now, on October 3, 2017, Nasambu delivered judgment with orders declaring the defendants as trespassers, demolition of structures, and 20 million shillings in damages plus costs of the case. It is upon this ruling that Chichoncho went to the High Court's execution and Bailiff's Division and secured a demolition order from Deputy Registrar Becca Ratoro on August 23, 2018. On December 14th last year, John Yudiski Tirima ruled that the residents were wrongfully evicted from Rusanja land because the trial magistrate had no powers to handle the case, advising the aggrieved to institute a substantive case before a right court for trial, which Chichoncho did. Now, from Bara District, relations and joy rocked 2nd Division Makenke Barracks Wednesday as top leadership witnessed the send-off of 83 UPDF retirees who were successfully granted retirement this year. They were accompanied by their spouses, children, and relatives as they were being handed over to the civilian community. Captain Stephen Tumwesuje Akiki, the 2nd Division Army spokesperson, says the process of retiring officers started in 2006, saying this is the 9th batch. Colonel Lawrence Kansime, the head of operations and training at the 2nd Division Makenke, who was the chief guest representing the division commander, asked the retirees to be disciplined citizens and avoid controversial politics. Meanwhile, over 300 soldiers were officially retired at Bombo Barracks at a colorful ceremony presided over by the Land Forces Commander Lieutenant General Peter Elwell. Now, in Oyam district, a catechist who was on his way to his garden in Kamdin, Oyam district, was Wednesday morning attacked and killed by a stray elephant. The elephant had strayed from Murchison Falls Conservation Area. Benson Omara, 37, a catechist with the Roman Catholic Church at Bombay Chapel under Lirat Diocese, was attacked at around 8:30 a.m. while going to his garden and trampled on by the animal that was moving with a calf, part of a herd of 40 that was in the area. Omara, a resident of Nora Village, Juma Parish, Kamdini Sub-County, is survived by an expectant wife and 8 children, according to his younger brother, Richard Obira. The incident happened on the same spot where a pregnant mother was killed in April this year by elephants. Agwech, the local Council 1 chairperson, blamed the Uganda Wildlife Authority for their negligence and failure to shoot the elephant. When contacted, Wilson Kagoro, the warden for community conservation at Murchison Falls National Park, he confirmed the incident and promised to take action. In Otuke district, a school is operating with no toilet. Now, the school lacks toilet facilities, shelter, qualified teaching staff, and has become a grave concern to stakeholders, parents, and community leaders. It currently has 2 teachers serving both the nursery and primary section. The school started in 2015 and enrolled pupils for both nursery, baby, middle, and top class, and primary for P1, P2, and P3 in a temporary grass-thatched classroom. The enrollment shot to over 200, but started declining due to poor administration and financial crisis. The district secretary for Works and Technical Services, Ricky Obua, who also represents the sub-county at the district, said the school has not registered and is operating illegally. The district education officer, Thomas Otim, said the school has never appeared on the list and he does not know where it is located. Attempts to get a comment from the director, Francis Okengo, were unsuccessful. Now, in Jinja, the Ministry of Tourism is set to develop both sides of the source of the River Nile to international standards to attract more tourists. The sides are the eastern banks found in Jinja municipality, while the western parts are found in Njero town, Buyikwe district. According to Jimmy Chigozi, the principal tourism officer, Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, the master plan, a stretch of 10 kilometers infrastructure development, will be set up on both sides that will allow visitors spend more time at the Nile. The master plan includes roads, street lights, signposts, and washrooms that can handle a capacity of 500 visitors. Chikozi says they have included cable cars, zoning of crafts and children facilities, sport fishing, recreational centers, and gardens where the local communities can have parties. Now, news from Bundibujo district. People in Bundibujo have been called upon to desist from the rampant cutting of trees in the highlands and learn to conserve the environment to control floods. The call was given by the Executive Director, Uganda National Roads Authority, Alan Kajina, who was in Bundibujo to inspect and investigate the cause of the destruction of the Bundibujo Fort Portal Road. She said the whole issue of land use must be addressed and discussed at the national level to see how to conserve the environment to protect lives. An engineer with UNRA said they are going to do temporary reinstatements so that traffic can flow smoothly. Permanent work will come later. The Roads and District Commissioner Grace Asimwe Kakwenza said Bundibujo has a lot of natural hazards as far as the environment is concerned and should be handled with care. Now, for news around the East African region. In Kenya, a planned terror attack at Mandera North Sub-County was thwarted after a successful collaboration between the residents and the police officers. The police said the attack was to take place on July 22nd, targeting 8 workers who are working at the upcoming dispensary at Kotulo. Police spokesperson Charles Owino revealed that Al-Shabaab militants had been regrouping in Fino area of Mandera where they were planning to execute the attack. From Tanzania, a new terminal has been opened at the Julius Nyerere International Airport in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania's economic capital. Terminal 3 has the capacity to serve 3.5 million more passengers, increasing traffic at the airport to 6 million annually. It is hoped that the new terminal will handle the anticipated growth in the international air traffic, leaving the existing Terminal 2 to cater for domestic flights. In Burundi, more than 10 offices of Burundi's main opposition party have been set alight or defaced with human feces over the last 2 months, according to a party official talking to the BBC. Terence Manirambona, the spokesperson for the National Congress for Freedom, said it was part of efforts to discourage democracy and terrify the opposition ahead of the 2020 presidential elections. The Interior Ministry has not commented on the incidents. And now for news around the world. From the Democratic Republic of Congo, the country isn't happy with Rwanda's decision for closing its frontier with it after a third case of the deadly virus was detected in the border city of Goma, the Congolese presidency said earlier today. In a statement, it said there had been a unilateral decision by the Rwandan authorities that affected citizens from both countries who had to cross the border as part of their daily lives. Goma, a city of 2 million people and a major transport hub, shares the border with the Rwandan city of Gisenyi, which has a population of more than 85,000 people. Still in DRC, the 1-year-old girl became a third patient to test positive for Ebola in the densely populated town, local officials said, adding that she was the daughter of the second patient who died earlier in the week. Her death has resulted into Rwanda closing its border with the DRC. The latest diagnosis is just the latest sign that the outbreak is sharply widening and came just hours after the announcement that the second patient had died overnight Tuesday. Now from Sudan, a top Sudanese general has said the 6 protesters, including 4 school children killed at a rally this week, were shot dead by members of a feared paramilitary force. Tragedy struck Sudan's central city of Al-Obeid on Monday when the protesters were shot dead during a rally against a growing shortage of bread and fuel in the city. General Jamal Omar from the country's ruling military council accused members of the feared paramilitary rapid support forces of firing at the rally. In the U.S., Hamza bin Laden, the son of the Al-Qaeda founder Osama bin Laden, died in an airstrike, U.S. media outlets report citing intelligence officials. Now, the place and date of death were unclear. The Pentagon did not comment. Bin Laden, thought to be aged about 30, had released audio and video messages calling for attacks on the U.S. and other countries. As recently as February, the U.S. government offered $1 million for information leading to his capture. In Germany, German high-end car maker BMW today reported slumping second quarter profits, with pricey investment in electric cars sapping the bottom line, but it remained confident of hitting its financial targets. Net profit at BMW fell 28.7% compared with a year earlier in the April-June period to 1.5 billion euros, which is $1.7 billion below the consensus of forecasts of analysts surveyed by FactSet. Chief Executive Harald Kruger said the Munich-based group was investing in development of all electric, hybrid and fuel cell vehicles, as well as upgrading traditional internal combustion engines. In Iraq, Islamic State group attacks on security forces north of the Iraqi capital killed 6 of their members overnight, according to officials. 3 policemen and 2 members of the Hasht al-Shabi paramilitary force died in an attack on a checkpoint south of the city of Tikrit, a security official told AFP, speaking on condition of anonymity. The attack sparked a 3-hour gun battle, he said. We now take a break and return with news in business.